This is the West Kent Radio News feature. Hello, I'm Martin Webber. Summer cricket season is almost upon us. Kent Cricket will be playing in the top tier of the County Championship once again this summer. I'm joined now by the Chief Executive of Kent County Cricket Club, Simon Storey. Simon, how does it feel to be back in the First Division of the County Championship?
Well, we're looking forward to it. It's not long now, and it doesn't feel that long ago that we were here watching a very tense end of season in September. Not just here with the game that finished a bit early, but events up at Trent Bridge. But no, it's brilliant, and ultimately the players deserve their opportunity to play their red ball cricket at the highest level. They've earned that. It was tighter than perhaps we'd have all have liked, and we'll be looking to go better this year. But no, it's great, and it's brilliant to be able to bring Division 1 cricket back here to the Spitfire ground here in Canterbury.
So county cricket is, should we say, struggling in terms of attendances. How difficult is it for a team like Kent to stay solvent?
Well, I think it's important to paint a picture of county cricket that isn't just about county cricket, but the role that it plays. And without county cricket, you wouldn't see those fantastic test match performances that ultimately cricketers need to test and develop their skills in a 5-day format, on the 5-day game obviously for test matches, and they do that in the county championship. So yeah, I mean, what you look at the crowds, and for T20 you might get 5,000 or 6,000, and we're probably getting nearer 1,000 for county championship. But it's a format that's loved by members and supporters countrywide and county-wide, and their support, their membership is really key. It's a key part of our income. I mean, 5% of our income will be coming from our membership sales, so it's important. But at the same time, we're heavily reliant on the other formats of the game, whether it's the televised blast, but particularly the 100, which has become really important for kind of media values and broadcast, which makes up, for most counties like Kent, at least 50% of our revenue is from the broadcast deal.
You do hear a lot from what I might call traditional supporters, though, that the 4-day traditional format of the game with the red ball, playing it in whites, is being neglected. For example, this beautiful ground here, in the pure summer months of July and August, I don't think there's a single county championship traditional format of the game being played. I mean, is that the way really to drive interest going forward?
I think it's not being neglected. As I said, you cannot have those tremendous performances in 5-day test cricket without county championship. It comes down to prioritisation, probably, in terms of how the schedule pans out, what the broadcasters want, and what delivers the media revenues. And obviously at the moment the primacy is given to the 100 particularly, which is why we'll be playing red ball cricket either side of the kind of the peak of the summer, and what we're finding is that the 50 over game, so in the 1-day cup, is tremendous, and we're getting fantastic crowds because, surprise it's played at the height of the summer. The sun shines out, there's school holidays, and so whilst the 100 is playing in the bigger stadiums and some of our players are away, we're also seeing some terrific 50 over cricket. We're playing a couple of games here in Canterbury and a couple at Beckenham as well this year.
But as you say, the 50 over matches don't necessarily include the very top players. The Zach Crawleys, the sort of names that younger people, are more likely to have heard of to attract them to the ground. Shouldn't that 50 over competition have all the best players in it?
Well, I think any cricket, you want to see the best possible cricket, and I think at the moment, if you were to talk about what the strengths of the 50 over cricket are, it's about bringing youngsters through. We saw Jaden Denley break through in terrific form. It's given opportunities. Look, the 12,000 people that watched the final that we won in 2022 was tremendous testament to the game. Sure, it's definitely not the same competition as it was with a road to Lords and a Lords final, and those famous triumphs of the past. But at the same time, it's a tournament that the players that are playing in really want to do their best, and there's some high quality cricket, and we know, because the fans are coming into that it's a great time to play. So the big decisions the game has to make longer term is how you sustain all these formats. But ultimately, we need the 100 to survive, because without the broadcast money that the 100 game brings in, we wouldn't be able to support the county game. So it's about finding that balance and trying to get everything to coexist.
But are you happy with that balance? I mean, is there any chance that we might just get one county championship match, or maybe the formats could be mixed up a bit rather than just having a huge chunk of each format one after the other. Maybe what the broadcasters prefer, but does it actually sustain interest? If you've got a huge wodge of a certain type of cricket, doesn't that actually reduce the interest?
No, I think the numbers will say not. I mean, the numbers show that we're seeing record levels of people watch, follow and play the game, which means that something must be right. And fundamentally, the core of cricket, the basic battle of men and women with bat and ball, is still there. And there's I mean, I've worked in cricket now for 12 years, and the eternal debate is, what does the domestic schedule look like? We want to see a thriving game. We want to see everybody that's loved the game for all of their lives to be able to watch the cricket. But we've also got to remember the new generation that are coming in and wanting to watch the game. And it's about trying to find the balance. And I don't think there's one right answer. What we're searching for constantly is the best answer in the circumstances, and one that ultimately ensures that we're going to be around for many, many more decades, competing at the highest level as Kent cricket. And that schedule, you're balancing player demands as well, and obviously switching between formats can be quite challenging. So yes, the broadcasters are important, because in many senses that's what keeps us opening the doors and keeps the lights on. But it is about engaging more people, and all of the data. We're seeing one day we saw 20% increases in crowds in our one day cup, and the 100 was you were seeing nearly 600,000 people watch the 100 at the same time. So it's kind of working, but at the same time we're constantly aware of the challenges that it can create of having those formats.
Let's talk about where you are in the county. So West Kent used to have a lot of venues: Tunbridge Wells, Maidstone, Dartford. Any chance of those coming back? Tunbridge Wells in particular.
Well, yeah, this is the conundrum, isn't it? When county cricket was, and I suppose was county cricket and roved around the county, but of course things have huge amounts changed. Not least the fact that we've invested, tens of millions of pounds in professional stadia, and not just in Kent, obviously, but most counties are now running stadia with very, very high demands on health and safety and security and all the compliance issues that make sure that people can have a safe, welcoming and professional experience, players and spectators. And so it makes it very hard to go to take the club around the county, so to speak. We managed to sustain Tunbridge Wells right up until 2019, actually, and then obviously COVID put paid to it in 2020, and as yet we haven't got back, and we've been very honest and explained the reasons why. And it's not just around the pavilion. We have a great relationship, and the club are investing, obviously, or the council as well, on repairing the roof, and they'll continue to take care of the square. And it's important that the pitch itself is top quality. We haven't closed the door on returning to Tunbridge Wells at all. We've been open about that. We've also said that it'll be difficult probably to get a 4-day game back, because that requires a really specific set of ground skills and conditions. But we know that if the whole county comes together, particularly in the west, in Tunbridge Wells, it can be a terrific carnival atmosphere. And I think if we can do that, and create a sense of a special week when cricket comes to town and the whole community get involved, then it's something that we certainly would be looking seriously at. We continue to have a lot of contact with Tunbridge Wells Cricket Club and Tunbridge Wells Borough Council. So
for 2025, for the men's first team, was it 50-50? Could happen?
I'm not going to put a number on it, because I think we've got a huge amount of conversations going on nationally about what the season looks like, what the structure looks like. At the moment, there's a huge focus on growing the women's game as well. So I think we need to look at all of cricket. Obviously, we've taken some women's games to Tunbridge Wells second 11 cricket. So I wouldn't put a timescale on it. We need to do some further work, but certainly Tunbridge Wells, we will continue to talk and look at a return to Tunbridge Wells at some point in the future.
Simon Storey, many thanks. Good luck for the next season.
Thank you. We're looking forward to it.